My name's Steve Holt. I am the Business Development Manager for the Eastbourne Chamber of Commerce and EDIL.
I am the Chairman of BID Eastbourne and I'm also the Chairman of Little Chelsea Traders Association.
Hello, I'm Christina Eubank, Chief Executive of the Chamber of Commerce and Enterprise Agency.
So my name's Luke Johnson, I'm the Town Centre Manager for Eastbourne.
Hi there, I'm Keith Ridley. I've been involved in local communities throughout my life. Most recently, I edited the local newspapers.
I'm David Tutt, I'm leader of Eastbourne Borough Council.
Hi everybody, I'm Denise Harwood, the Commercial Director of the Enterprise Shopping Centre in Eastbourne.
So Ian Lucas, I'm the owner of the Bloom Factory Florist in Seaside Road, as well as Janet's Flowers in Mark Lane in Eastbourne.
The BID is a business-funded, business-controlled initiative to bring and breathe new life into town centres.
A BID is a business improvement district. It's basically governed by an Act of Parliament, so it's very heavily regulated and controlled.
I'm really excited about the BID coming to Eastbourne because what happens to the money that the BID collects is chosen by local business people that know the area and know what we need to make the improvements.
I do support the BID. There's a number of reasons. I'm particularly concerned about the emphasis on these smaller independent businesses in the town. It's wonderful to see the beacon coming to fruition and the great work and the lovely shops and everything that's down there, but the independent small businesses, it's really important that they get some of the benefits that these huge businesses get anyway, and I want to make sure that small guys like ourselves and plenty of others in the BID area have the advantages that these big guys have.
We've been working on the Eastbourne Business Improvement District for some time now, developing what the business community wants. We've had a number of one-to-one consultations and group sessions, and through that time we've heard the priorities of the business community.
So why does Eastbourne need a BID? I think it's crucial that the Eastbourne Town Centre secures its BID because retail is going through a real period of change across the country at the minute. And we've got a fantastic opportunity in Eastbourne to make good of that change and to make some real positive changes in the high street. Things like pedestrianisation are a really important issue that retailers have told us they want addressed.
I think Eastbourne needs to become a BID town because our competitors' towns already have BIDs in place that are already making improvements, so we need to make sure that we're improving our town and our offering to match our competitors.
We have a wonderful shopping centre behind me, but what really is key to Eastbourne is to make sure that the wider town centre really does thrive.
Also, we would begin to look like a two-tier town because there's been a lot of investment in the town centre, close to the Beacon Centre. The roads around the town centre are going to look fantastic by the time the building is done.
So what will the BID bring to our town? What it will bring is funding, desperately needing funding that will enable us to do things around the town aside from what's happening in Terminus Road. So we're talking about Little Chelsea, we're talking about the Cornfield Road area, the top of Terminus Road, areas where we have some great businesses. We need to encourage people to use those businesses, to use that wider town centre. It has to be about experience.
Things like dressing the town and making it more atmospheric and a nicer place to shop and visit and eat. Things like increasing footfall and making sure that the events that take place in the town really have an impact on those businesses here.
And we're so fortunate in Eastbourne to have lots of good things already happening that are going to bring people to the town centre. We've had a little bit of pain while we're doing all the road works, but now's the time really to push forward and all embrace this and make our town centre inclusive for everybody, and the BID will help us do that.
When we go to them and say we want to make changes. So for example, the top end of Terminus Road might want to be pedestrianised, or Grove Road and South Street might decide they want to be pedestrianised. We stand a much better chance of making that happen and getting the finance if we're doing it as a BID.
Things like increasing security and making people feel safer when they come and shop in the town, and indeed making the voice of the business community heard so that we have things like free parking in the town centres during certain times, or improving pavements or the roads or the bus system, things that people who come and shop in Eastbourne or come and visit Eastbourne can come and enjoy.
The BID won't be replacing what council spend. We'll continue to spend what we do at the moment. It'll be additional money that businesses will decide how it's spent. We own property as the council in the footprint of the bid area. We'll be voting yes for the bid, and we'll be paying extra, in fact, into that pot so that businesses will decide how it's spent.
So the bid works by collecting a 1.5% levy on your rateable value. That money is collected by the local authority, who then ring-fence the funding to be spent how the steering group wish to spend the money.
The problem with not becoming a bid town is that we wouldn't be competitive, because there are towns very near to us like Hastings, Brighton and Bournemouth who have successful bids and we don't, and a bid makes such a difference to the location. If you visit a town that's got wonderful planters and fantastic winter lighting and Christmas lighting, the chances are they've got a bid, because councils do not pay for that kind of thing.
Overall, we will raise £300,000 a year over 5 years, meaning £1.5 million will be invested in our town centre. And it will be invested on the business priorities that you decide. Things like improving the street scenery, things like improving security, things like lobbying. They will all be part of the bid, and you can check out the priorities on our business plan, which is listed at www.youreastbournebid.com, as well as all the KPIs, so you can hold us to account over those 5 years.